I'm an attorney and a broker, and today we're going to answer the question, what is a short sale realtor? And then we're going to go into the scope of what they can do. I'm a real estate attorney and broker. I sold here. I'm going to show you a list from 2011. Back then, the Association of Realtors, maybe a little bit later, they asked me to train realtors on negotiating short sales. And I'm sure part of the reason is because I had an extensive list of completed short sales. Now, this is only for San Diego. We also completed short sales in Riverside, in Orange County, I think a few in LA. We did short sales all the way up to Sacramento and all the way out in the desert. But this is just a list that I found in the Wayback Machine from September 4th, 2011. This was a previous iteration of my website at favoriterealestate.com. And I just want to go through the list. And you can see it'll be interesting just because of the pricing, right? I mean, you'll see $9.95, $5.99, $5.72, and it's just going to go lower, but you're going to see just a ton of short sales already completed by 2011 in the Wayback Machine. Now, I picked this date because sometime after this, I switched vendors, and that vendors, for some reason, doesn't show up in the Wayback Machine. So now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about questions you'd want to ask your short sale realtor, whether a San Diego short sale realtor or Riverside, Sacramento. I mean, some questions, very, very important questions would be, can you send me, before you come out to my house, can you send me a copy of the short sale listing addendum? Because I'm going to ask you some questions before you arrive. Very, very important when dealing with realtors. You do not want them in your house sitting at the table trying to close you. They have all the scripts. Some are going to be very persistent. You're going to be too nice, and you're going to do something that you may regret later. So first of all, ask them to send the short sale listing addendum to you first. Second, make sure there's a term in there in writing that says you can cancel at any time. Now, the realtor script's going to say, if we're doing a short sale, I cannot show the lender a listing agreement that expires during the course of our short sale. They'll cancel it and make us start again. That's, if they have experience, that's a true statement. So really, the only way to deal with this properly with a realtor, because things change, you might change. There might be better options that show up. There may be like all of a sudden the lenders want to do a loan mod or they want to negotiate a short pay instead of a short sale, or they'll offer you a deed in lieu. And they do that. So you have to be able to get out of your contract at any time. So you will then say, okay, I will sign a listing agreement with you that says 1 year, but I need a letter from you and your realtor and your broker in writing saying I can cancel with 24-hour notice, in which I send a text to, and they type in their numbers or their email. I mean, you can figure out that part, but it has to say very clearly in writing, you may cancel this agreement at any time with a text to this number. That's it. It's non-negotiable because of how important this is. I've already gotten calls in this cycle from people that are in 12-month agreements that when they listed, they might not have been upside down, and now they are, and they need to know what to do. We've had multiple conversations. So this is not something that you really want to play with. Now, with respect to other questions, the approval letter, the short sale listing agreement says they highly recommend you get the approval letter seen by an attorney. That's just part of a good short sale process. So you're going to ask that realtor what lawyer is going to review my file and who's going to pay for it, because it's unquestionably, it's such a part of the short sale process, the approval letter and the terms. And you want those reviewed by an attorney before you send them over to the buyer to tell them to go ahead and close. And sometimes those terms are incompatible with California law. Sometimes those terms are not acceptable to you. Like they want you to sign an agreement saying you'll still pay them back over time, or that you'll bring $20,000 to the closing table, which would be in contravention of CCP 580E, the short sale law. Or there's so many variables. So you have to have the approval letter seen by an attorney if you care about your future and if your realtor cares about your future. So who's going to pay? Your realtor's about to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in fees. You'd think they could agree to pay for your attorney. So get that in writing. Ideally, before you do a short sale, you talk to an attorney, and they should have an attorney on your team and pay for that. So I'm not against realtor negotiated short sales, but when you read the listing agreement, you'll see the lawyers who drafted that for the California Association of Realtors very clearly state a realtor sells your home. They're not negotiating the terms of your short sale. They're not negotiating the approval. They're not helping you pick your best options. They're not negotiating a better credit result than they can achieve. And most of the time, the credit result they achieve is not superior or not much superior to a foreclosure. So really, what's the point of doing a short sale if back in the day, not the first 2 years where short sales were superior to a foreclosure because banks were letting our clients buy homes within 2 years of doing a short sale, but later on, when the houses started clearing out of the market, the lenders treated a short sale the same as a foreclosure. So what are you getting out of that? Like, aren't you there? If you don't have to worry about, if your realtor's telling you don't have to worry about the deficiency and you don't have to worry about taxes, which is not always true, especially, well, here's another question. What if my short sale doesn't succeed? Only 50% of short sales succeed. An approval letter is not a success. A success is an approval letter that you've accepted. It's gone to the buyer agrees, and they've closed on the property. What if it doesn't succeed? What's your fallback position? Do you have a lawyer to protect you? Do you know if the bank can come after you for your money? Do you know if you're going to owe taxes? Do you know how badly your damage is going to be, your credit's going to be damaged, and can you be protected? This is all part of what makes a good short sale realtor. They tell you the truth. They don't practice law without a license, and they provide for your protection. So to me, that's a short sale realtor, someone who comprehensively understands the entire process. Now, UpsideDownRealEstate.com is my website for consumers. I am bringing UnderwaterRealEstate.com back onto the market for realtors, and we're going to have a certification. And in that certification, you don't have to work with me as a lawyer, but we're going to agree on what a good short sale realtor will do and how much counseling and help they're going to provide their client. And so there will be a period of time, if this market continues like this, and it looks like it will, certainly in other parts of the country, if not California, we will have a process for a certified short sale realtor. So, certified underwater real estate. I think we're going to call it certified underwater real estate something. My name is John McConnon, UpsideDownRealEstate.com if you want to talk to me now. But if you're a realtor, contact me now. You can be part of the realtor group that helps me set up what a certified underwater real estate specialist will be. Thanks.